Well, hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday morning. It's a nice bright day today. I've not started this car for over a week now since the last video, so I thought I'd try it from cold and see what happens. As I said, I've not started this car. I have had it on charge, so let's give it a go and see what happens. Right, a couple of pumps. Let's pull the choke out a bit. Seems to be a debate about whether you need to use choke or not, but I'll give it a little bit. Nothing yet. It's quite a damp morning this morning. Nothing. Right, let's check everything's connected underneath. Probably the old issues, isn't it, getting the fuel up. Let me go and get some easy start. Yeah, I think it's definitely the fuel. Maybe I need to think about getting an electric fuel pump. I know there's a common problem with these engines. A couple of things, isn't it? One is it loses the pressure, there's no fuel up on the lines, so it obviously bleeds back. And secondly, with this sort of E10 fuel these days, or E5, which is in this, it evaporates and loses its oomph. Anyway, that's for another video, I think. What I want to do today is bleed the brake system, because I fixed the servo, put it back on. I've not really tested it, and it's not full of brake fluid, so that's the first thing I need to do. Try and get the brakes working and see whether I've fixed the problem with the servo, and then I want to move the car so it's a bit more accessible. It's not really in the best position at the moment. I've got a card coon which I want to put it in over the winter, so again I want to get that into a better location than here. Right, so let's get these brakes bled. Well, the first part of the process is I need to slacken this off and make sure that this line's full up with brake fluid. Hopefully then I can then nip that up, and then I'll loosen that one off and pump the pedal a bit and see if I can get some fluid into the actual servo itself. And then after that, just a conventional brake bleed. Alright, let's put some paper around this. well, I've had to take the disconnect completely because it wasn't really pumping through. So let's see if that works now. Oh yeah, a load of stuff came spurting out. I didn't really saw that. Yeah, that's got it. There'll still be air in there. Oh, there's brake fluid all the way down there as well. Great. See that? Right, I've tightened it up over there. Now I'll just pump this pedal and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's actually got some resistance now, whereas before I had nothing. So that's coming up. So that's okay. I just need to top this fluid up, get the wheels off, and start bleeding the brakes. I'm just going to bleed the front to start with. Well, it's good news so far. Look, the wheel turns. It's not jammed on, whereas before, because the servo was locking up, it was locking the wheels on. So I know there's still air in there. They may not have clamped the shoes on, but at the moment it's looking positive. So let's get this wheel off and bleed. Right, there we go. I'm going to use the old-fashioned method, just a long piece of tube and a jam jar full of old brake fluid. I'm just going to release the nipple and pump. I'm going to be with me, so I can't do the conventional thing of closing the valve when the pedal's down. I've got an easy bleed, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit this this reservoir cap. It's too. I'm not a cap big enough to fit it on. And anyway, so I only want to get this going, so it doesn't have to be a perfect job. I'll get somebody able to help me when I do the final thing. Well, I think that's done it. I can't see any air in any of these pipes. Pumped a load through. So let's just tighten this up. Because you get air, you see air there, and that comes in here. See the air there? That comes in because you wobble the nipple, so it's not ideal, but anyway, it's all I can do at the moment. Right, let's do that up. Well, the pedal feels pretty good. I think that'll do for now. Let's see how it is on the wheels. Yeah, pads have released, so that's good. So that's been a success. Got the engine running. I think I've flooded it before. Just going to try the brakes, so you can hear that. That's the on top of the brake pedal. That's the servo venting. So fingers crossed, it seems to be working. Good news. I'm not sure if I made it clear earlier in the video, but what I'm trying to do is get this car into a position where I can drive it on the road. I've not really driven this car at all. I've probably done about 2-3 miles around the block over a course of about 3 years. So I want to get it running and roadworthy. So And then once I've got it all running and I know it runs okay and the gearbox works, because I've had all the gearbox apart and changed all the seals in that, I've now got the ignition sorted out as you saw earlier. Once I know it's running, and obviously the servo, which again was playing up, and the brakes were binding on, that's all work. I want to make sure the thing works properly, and then once I know it's running okay, or running okay-ish, I'll then tune it, but I'll also then install the black box, and then ultimately I'm going to get the thing on a rolling road and get the engine properly set up. Well, I think the only thing that now is preventing me driving on the road is because the engine starts, the servo's okay, brakes aren't binding, is this blimmin' brake light switch. Now this is a new switch, and as you can see the guts have popped out of it, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's just because I've been messing around with the servo and I've had the pressure off the master cylinders and stuff. It's overextended, or I've just adjusted it wrong. But this is a real pain because I've got to now release the actual pedal box to actually physically unscrew that and get it out. Hopefully I can repair it. Anyway, so that's the next job. Right, hopefully you can see those are all the bolts I have to undo. Although they're not too bad to get to, so it shouldn't take too long. Right, it's loose now, so let's get this off. Hopefully there's enough room to unscrew this. You hear singing in the background, that's the dustman. It's lost its little thingy as well. Oh no, it hasn't, it's just right up in there. Right, just need to get this bit off. And hopefully I can repair this, or I'll have to buy yet another one of these. Spring's gone, I don't know where that is. Okay, so all I need now is to get a spring. I might have one in the old one. Right, found the spring. I'll drop that down there. There's the spring. So back into the garage and see if I can repair this. Although they are pretty W E. Right. Right, well the way this switch is supposed to work is that's the top bit, that goes obviously in there. This slides up and down in here, and there's a way round for that. It's got I don't know if you can see that, there's a flat in there, there's a flat on there. So this has got a way round, it's got to get the right way round, that way round. And then the idea is that that's inside there, and then it's not sort of normal with the brake pedal not depressed, it's like that, and then as you press the brake pedal, top of the pedal moves away, and that just makes the contacts on either side of the brake lights come on. So let's see if we can get this back together again. Spring, where's the flat? The flat's on the top there. Now just got to get it all inside here without it all pinging apart. Like that. Right. It's not moving very easily. As I say, it's sticking like that, that's no good, is it? Right, let's take it apart and see if I can clean up the insides a bit and see if I can get it running a bit more freely. Well, there's a seam there and one along there and a seam there, and I've rubbed those down with a bit of 1200 grit wet and dry, so hopefully that'll be a bit easier. I'm now going to put a bit of dry lubricant on there and stick it all back together again. Right, dry lubricant. Hopefully that will be enough. Put a bit on there. Spring. Flats on the top. nuts on the top. Right, there we go. That's better. Look at that. That's much better. I wonder if there's anything I can do to stop these popping out in the future. Hopefully it'll just be alright as it is, but who knows. Right, let's get it back on the cart. Right, switch it back on. Let's give it a test. Yeah, that looks like that's working. Well, that's the pedal in the resting position, and then if you push it, there's quite a lot of movement till you can feel it just touching the master cylinder. So there's quite a lot of play in that. There's no stop, hard stop that you can adjust to take that out. So I think I just need to be a bit careful how I screw that brake light switch in. Just going to have a look from the other side. So this is it fully up. Right, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's the top of the pedal. So it's right up on the hard up against the that nut that's welded onto that to the pedal box. So I think I need to restrict the how much I screw the brake light switch back in. I think that's where the problem was before. I think I had it screwed pretty well right in, and it's obviously taken up the slack in the pedal. Maybe it's supposed to do that, but it's not ideal. So I've put a retaining nut on this, so I'll try it this time. I'm just going to put it in the depth of that that screw down here, and I guess the spring in the pedal holds it. It's got enough oomph in it to hold that closed like that. We'll see. Right, it's back on. Put the box down. Let's go and see if the brake lights work. Right, well the brake switch does work. I would have to just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't pop out again when it's actually in use. I fixed the servo, as you know, released that, and the brakes don't bind anymore. The engine runs with the new distributor. I still need to tidy up all the wiring in the engine bay and install the black box, but again I'll do that later. So there's nothing more now really until I take it out on a test run. But I think I'll save that for the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm close. A lot of you watch but you don't subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And of course, like if you like the video, and leave me a comment, good or bad. I always like to see the comments, and I'll try and respond to as many as I can. Anyway, I'll catch you next time, and next time hopefully I'll be driving a car around the block.